Sights, sounds, and information just for you from your friends at ASM.
Welcome to the turn of night.
I awoke, my head pounding, my hands and feet tied up, my mouth gagged. Blinking away sweat and dust, I saw my captor and heard his voice. He noticed my return to the conscious state. "Ah, you have come back, and just in time, too." You have to understand, it was only the beginning of summer. The city was on edge, even towards the outskirts. People in the more rural areas weren't as worried, but the threat of a serial killer was still cause for alarm. I had only been a 5-minute walk from downtown, not yet in the residential area, and near a group of old buildings. Apparently, this was where I was to meet my demise. I could feel my own blood dripping down my face from a small gash on my forehead. I felt cold and hot at the same time. "You should be honored. You'll be my 8th victim. And look at that glorious moon." Although the previous murders had not fallen on such a night, they also did not have that last glimpse of a sight I'd often taken for granted. I was filled with paralyzing dread, yet hopeful that local law enforcement would be out in full force on such a night as this. Maybe a resident saw or heard something that could spare my life. He spoke again. "I never asked to be called the side street slasher. I wish the idiots in the media would pick a more majestic name for me. Maybe I'll suggest it in a note. What do you think? I feel the term lunar is too close to lunatic, which I certainly am not, and tonight's moon is the first. I'll have to think on it." His speech was interrupted by a giggle. He swiftly turned as I moved my head to catch a glimpse of this person who now joined us. Hopefully, my life would be saved after all. "Who are you?" the slasher demanded in a low and menacing tone. A short giggle escaped this person. A female, mid-20s to 30s possibly. She was plain-looking, attractive, dressed in similarly plain clothing of jeans and a t-shirt. She answered, though, quickly and enthusiastically. "Just finished work, walking home, heard the noise, climbed up." The slasher slowly moved toward her and asked, "Why? Do you live nearby?" She replied, "Not far, but I heard the noise, smelled the blood, climbed up." The slasher laughed. My bonds would not loosen and I could not break free. I was hoping that she had called 911. Our eyes met. She just waved at me. "So you climbed up here on a building rooftop and you don't live here?" She began to fidget slightly and explained, "Yeah, I heard the noise, smelled the blood, the moon's out." He was beside himself. "So knowing that a killer is out there, you are all alone and walked down that alley, climbed up, and wait, what? Smelled the blood?" She nodded at him, fidgeting even more with her hands. "Well, victim number 8 you are now, as I will kill you before I finish our tied-up friend over there." He moved in on her with a large silver blade. In an instant, her fidgeting hands produced sharp-looking claws. I heard the gurgling sound from the slasher as blood spewed from his throat. He fell, his limp body hitting the floor with a thud. "Wow, smell that blood," she said with a laugh. She looked at me and offered to untie me. When I was free, I pulled the gag from my mouth. Before I could suggest that we call the police, she pulled me close to her. Powerful, I could not believe her strength. Her canines elongated, her eyes turned silver, hair sprouted from her face and arms. Her voice became lower as she gave the ultimatum. If I let you go, I'm making you just like me. I nodded, and her fangs punctured my shoulder. It was over in an instant. I heard a howl and then passed out for some time. When I awoke, she was gone, along with the slasher's body. That was a month ago. I'm alive. The side street slasher murders have stopped. Police are baffled. The city is still being cautious, but overall relieved. Not me, though. I'm still pretty pissed off about the whole situation. And tonight, of all things, is a full moon.
The lights are on as the evening shadows are creeping in. Hopefully, you won't get caught in the turn of night.
Stab Mysterion? Because it's a little Mysterion voodoo doll.
None of this was pre-planned. Zero.
It's people skydiving.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Toronto! The Sentimentalists are back for a night of mental magic and supernatural fun. Join them live, the first time at the venue where they met, Lee's Palace. The show will feature the award-winning effects that you have seen on Penn and Teller Fool Us, America's Got Talent, and on stages around the world. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, and the show is 19+.
It's crazy.